it's Shirley Bassey, and I do it all again on Seaway Radio. With all your friends in your morning world, I'm Ted Dalaku, and we're going to do it basketball style tonight. The City League game tonight, a special game. St. Francis at St. John's. Arch rivalry at 7:30 p.m. tonight on Seaway. Tomorrow night at 8:30, Bowling Green and Miami of Ohio. A very important Mid-Am Conference game broadcast on WCWA at 8:30 p.m. And Sunday, the regularly scheduled City League game of the week, Libby at DeVilbiss. That'll be at 1:30 in the afternoon with Don King and Sonny Smith. Just got a bulletin from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. That's where the official Punxsutawney groundhog comes out and lets us know about the weather for the next 6 weeks. Well, friends, he saw his shadow, which means 6 more weeks of winter weather from Punxsutawney, Pennsylvania. Oh, well. You know what we can do with that groundhog, don't you? It's 16 minutes before 9 o'clock in your morning world, 47 degrees downtown in Toledo. And I think it's time for me to remind you that Saturdays from 1 to 3, every Saturday from 1 to 3, we broadcast especially from Maumee Dodge. That's right. Gonna drive them Dodges out. Big 73s, great super-duper Seaway specials. Be sure you're listening so you can take advantage of them. Save hundreds of dollars. And some great buys on used cars, too. A fine selection of late model, low mileage cars from Carl Casher's Maumee Valley Dodge. Listen tomorrow from 1 to 3.
Ellery Queen's Minute Mysteries. This is Ellery Queen with a case I call the Mysterious Contact. Inspector Kennedy came to me with what he called a real tough one. A suspected enemy agent was under Kennedy's surveillance 24 hours a day. The enemy agent's routine was the same every day. He picked up his mail from a personal mailbox in the post office. He received no phone calls, yet he was still maintaining outside contacts. I asked the inspector if he checked the agent's mail. Yes, he replied. The postal clerk inspected all the mail addressed to that box number. And the answer, I replied, is simple. In a moment, I'll tell you why.
All right.
All right, Ted. How about 0 for 2?
It's got to be the postal clerk.
You think it's a postal clerk?
Sure.
Well, that's a good possibility.
Oh, it's got to be.
You think it is?
Well, let's find out.
Troy Villa Mobile Home Park offers you a great new way of living. Troy Villa is a delightful mobile home community, laid out like suburban subdivisions, with paved circular winding streets and sidewalks, featuring swimming pools and tot lots, a storm shelter, a 4,000 square foot community building. In addition, your Troy Villa mobile home will have its own private paved 2-car parking area and a 10 by 20 foot paved patio. Troy Villa is the epitome of mobile home living. It's just 15 minutes from downtown Toledo, 1 mile south of Turnpike Exit 5 on Expressway Route 280.
If it is pigeons.
It's pigeons.
Oh, if it's pigeons, we're gonna spray those things.
In the case of the mysterious contact, an outside contact would merely need the combination to the agent's mailbox to put information in the front of the box, where the postal clerk wouldn't ordinarily see it. So simple, it fooled almost everybody. Listen again to Ellery Queen's Minute Mysteries.
I like the pigeon idea a lot better.
Yeah, I think that'd be a little more efficient.
Any postal clerk who, in putting stuff in a box, would not notice a message was already there, is either got to be part of the plot or he's got to be a little not too cool. Ellery,
too swift.
I'm sorry, we beat you out on that one. We got a better clue than you did. Ellery Queen's Minute Mystery was brought to you by Troy Villa Mobile Home Park, 1 mile south of Turnpike Exit 5. Tomorrow at 8:45, or rather Monday at 8:45, the Minute Mystery will be brought to you by Morton Storage. We need a little sunshine around here to warm things up, don't you think?
The night was long, and I was so lonely. I didn't think that you had got my call. But as the sun was rising, you came to me. And all the time I wasted just didn't matter at all. Oh, my sunshine lover, now I'm lover. Now I've discovered you need me. I will hold you close and I'll let you into my heart. Oh, my sunshine lover, there'll be no other. Believe me, 'cause you won my heart and no one can tear us apart. Oh, my sunshine lover, now I've discovered you need me. I will hold you close and I'll let you into my heart. Oh, my sunshine lover, there'll be no other. Believe me, 'cause
Bill Miller. Oh, what a great, great guy. Bill Miller has some great Ford buys. 2811 Navarre, that's the address. Miller sells Fords on the east side for much, much less. Mr. Miller, you sure sound cool on the radio, but I'll bet you're strictly established.
Not me. Why, last night I went to a rock show.
Did you dig it?
I'll say, those geology museums really fascinate me.
Bill Miller, what a great, great guy!
Mustang, different in the way it looks and handles. See Mustang at Bill Miller Ford on Navarre, just east of the Detroit-Toledo Expressway. 10 minutes before 9 o'clock, clicking on to Joel Kaminsky and Crash. What's cooking now? You got to wrap it up this morning?
Well, Ted, wrapping it up this morning, the drivers will be looking at some new traffic signals, one at Oak and Navarre. New signals out there will be installed about 9 o'clock this morning, and also for the drivers, it'll be moving along Airport Highway in front of St. Charles School. The new mid-block crossing will be looking at the drivers out there, as long as our pedestrians out there. We'll be looking at center suspension traffic lights, larger heads, and they should be in operation just after 9 o'clock this morning. And in East Toledo, at 12 o'clock noon this coming Monday, we're going to have a bit of a change in a traffic pattern out there, and that's because of some upgrading and modification to a traffic signal at Nevada, Potter, and Woodville Road at 12 o'clock of Monday, and this will be an extent for about 90 days in a trial period. Potter Street will be a one-way traffic pattern northbound between Nevada, Woodville, and the Greenwood Avenue corner. So again, the drivers out there moving off the high-level bridge will be looking at a new traffic light, a new traffic pattern, and this will all be coming about at noon next Monday. So we can go out there and take a look and see what we'll be facing in a couple of days from now.
Boy, will we have reports on Monday.
Oh, yes, we will.
You say Nevada, and I say Nevada.
Going the other way.
That's right. Uh-oh, beep, 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 all that stuff going on. Some fella called up and said there's a tie-up every morning at Ottawa River Drive and, the exit and Suda Road.
Yes.
And he said there's no U-turns there, and people are always making right turns and left turns. They're cutting through gas stations and making U-turns. He said, what can I do about a problem like this? I sell your car.
We could try Summit Street.
Well, I told him that we would clue in the people involved, and maybe we'll correct the situation out there if we can.
That or a 14-foot boat.
That's it, a 14-foot boat, or a long bridge into downtown Toledo.
Fisher's pretty good at that, He's quite a boatman.
Oh, is he?
Yes, he is.
Which Fisher is that?
Fred Fisher.
Oh, Fred Fisher. Fred Fisher,
You know Fred Fisher?
Yeah, I remember him. He's doing news for us in a couple of minutes.
That's the guy.
He's a boatman, is he?
Oh, let me tell you.
And up around that area.
Oh.
Well, I'll tell you.
What a reputation he has.
I'll bet.
Have a good weekend.
Yeah, if he's as good in a boat as I am in a bike, we're in trouble. Have a good weekend, Joel.
Thank you very much.
I love Frigidaire better than any other brand. We love Frigidaire better than any other brand. La, la, la.
And you'll love shopping at Harper Appliance, 1546 Sylvania Avenue. They're just 3 blocks east of Jackman Road. Now, Harper is northwestern Ohio's largest Frigidaire dealer. That's right. Nobody knows Frigidaire appliances like Paul, Larry, and Tom. When you buy a Frigidaire washer-dryer, ask Paul, Larry, or Tom for your free Family Circus sheet and pillowcases. That's right, free Family Circus sheet and pillowcases at Harper Appliance, 1546 Sylvania Avenue. They're just 3 blocks east of Jackman Road.
And don't forget your coloring book.
Harper Appliance, 1546 Sylvania Avenue, 3 blocks east of Jackman Road.
Right in the middle of a good dream, and all at once I
wake up from something that keeps knocking at my brain. Before I go insane, I hold my pillow to my head and spring up in my bed, screaming out the words I dread. I think I love you. This morning I woke up with this feeling I didn't know how to deal with, and so I just decided to myself I'd hide it to myself and never talk about it, and did not go and shout it when you walked into the room. I think I love you. I think I love you. So what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that I'm not sure of a love there is no cure for. I think I love you. Isn't that what life is made of? Though it worries me to say that I've never felt this way. I don't know what I'm up against. I don't know what it's all about. I got so much to think about. Hey, I think I love you. So what am I so afraid of? I'm afraid that I'm not sure of a love there is no cure for. I think I love you. Isn't that what life is made of? Though it worries me to say I never felt this way. Believe me, you really don't have to worry. I only want to make you happy. And if you say, hey, go away, I will. But I think better still, I'd better stay around and love you. Do you think I have a case? Let me ask you to your face. Do you think you love me? I think I love you. 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 I think I love you.
I Think I Love You. That's by David Cassidy and the gang. The Partridge Family on Seaway Radio in your morning world. This is Ted Dalaku at 4 minutes before 9 o'clock. Fred Fisher brings us news on the hour. And let me remind you, please, to get your cards in right away to join the Swingers Club. That's right, you don't want to be left out. All you have to do is send me a postcard with your name and address on the back, and my name, Ted Dalaku, on the front. WCWA Swingers, 604 Jackson Street, Toledo, 43604. And you will join Doris Berlincourt from Park Street, who is this morning's swinger. And a lot of other people, too, that are members of the club, having a good time out at Shakey's. Get your cards in right away. Ben Sidran. The song is called Lust. A little tune there. I don't know, it doesn't sound too lusty. But talking about love and lust and things like that, if they are crossed in your mind, when is the first time that you knew you were in love is what Charlie Frederick will ask you just an hour from now at 10 o'clock on the power lines, 248-1451. When did you first know that you were in love? Or think you were, anyway. This is Radio 1230 WCWA in Toledo.
According to the Vietnam Peace Agreement, the U.S. must present a general schedule for troop withdrawals to the International Peace Commission today. The South Vietnamese command says there were 200 communist violations of the ceasefire in the 24-hour period ended at 6 a.m. this morning. Pope Paul names 30 new cardinals, including 3 Americans.
Among those to be elevated to the highest office in the church